Hey guys, what's up? DJ's Aviation here. Welcome to what I believe is the 22nd installment to my 1 to 400 scale model airport series. If you didn't know, the airport name is DJ International Airport and it is located in London. The airport is a fictional airport and is based off sort of a London Heathrow, London Gatwick, London City, Stansted, etc. hybrid. Kind of the main models I have are British Airways, but in this update you'll see quite a few KLMs and ANA aircraft. There are no new developments with the airport structure-wise. I haven't been able to really work on anything as I've been quite busy. However, I have had two new models arrive, one of which you guys would have already seen in the model unboxing, and the second one only my Instagram followers that are active would have seen. So that one's a special livery. And we'll get onto that in a second. The first model, on the screen is a Flybe Q400. This will be jetting off to Dublin in Ireland. This will be departing in around 2 hours. Not much is going on here at the moment. All that needs to be loaded on are the passengers. Moving over to the right and the left, and the start of the cargo area. We have the Saudia Cargo 747-8. This will be heading off to Dubai World Central. It did bring in some F1 cars, and it came in along with the Etihad 747 cargo, which is over here. They'll both be departing around an hour. The crew just needs to get on board. No cargo is being loaded at this stage. Moving down, holding short for an immediate departure. Off to Hamburg is the Ryanair 737. There is a KLM 747 currently vacating the runway, and then this will go on and blast away to Hamburg. Moving along to the left is the rather elegant... Oh, I should just also mention I have put in the Herpa floodlights. I only have 9 working ones, I think, as one broke... when I had a little incident on the airport where I dropped a terminal. There was some damage. I'm going to be looking at getting some more Herpa floodlights eventually. They are quite pricey, so I'll probably have to save for a bit. Anyway, this is the British Airways 7879, which is waiting to depart for a flight off to Singapore. It will go, I believe, after the Ryanair 737. Moving along to the left is the first part of the remote holding stands, the domestic area. We have here the Monarch A321. This will be heading off to Manchester in around 30 minutes. So currently the cargo, fuel, and passengers are all being loaded on. So it's quite busy at the moment. Behind that, you should be able to see the Air Lingus A320. I'll just zoom in for you guys. So the Air Lingus A320, not much is going on here at the moment. It's just sitting at the gate as it'll be heading off to Cork Airport in around 5 hours. So onto the first new arrival, which you guys have seen, is the rather nice Qatar Airways Airbus A380. This will be heading off to Doha in around 2 hours. This is now the second daily flight that Qatar Airways offers from DJ International to Doha. So as I said, this will be heading off in 2 hours. Now that I have purchased another working A380, my 2 A380 stands can be occupied, which looks pretty cool in shot. Eventually I'll look at getting a third one. I'm not sure which airline at the moment, but that way I can kind of swap it up so it's not always the Emirates and Qatar. So but behind that, we'll just get the camera to focus in on it, there we go, is the Emirates A380 United for Wildlife. This will be pushing back for a flight out to Dubai as EK94 in 3 hours. So now I'm going to move on to the next new arrival, which you guys on YouTube have not seen yet. This was just released and it is quite a rare model. I have purchased 2. One model I've of course taken out and put on the airport, but the other one I have kept in its packaging and it is not open, and I will be selling it. So I'm not sure when I'll be selling it, but when I do I will let you guys know. It'll be put up on eBay, whether it's bidding or buy now, and you guys will have the opportunity to buy it. So we're going to move over. You can probably see the start of the yellow body. And there we go. There is the new model. This is the ANA 777-200 in the C3PO livery. This has just arrived, completing its inaugural flight from Tokyo Narita. This will be heading off in 3 hours. So as you can see, cargo is being offloaded. New catering is being put on board. I believe they are also servicing the engine on the other side of the aircraft and refueling. So it's quite heavy and packed around there. And quite a rare sight at the moment at the airport. We do have the ANA R2D2 787 behind it. So quite a rare sight seeing these two together, especially when they have a gate next to each other. This will be heading off to, as well, Tokyo Narita, but in around 45 minutes. Excuse the paint behind that. That's been there since day one. I'm looking at getting an airport background. I'm not sure which one to get. If you are still watching the video now, just if you could please comment below if you'd like to see like a city background, a countryside background, because I kind of want an idea. I know a website where I can get them from, but I'm just not sure which one would suit best. But I need to get rid of that paint. It would make a very nice backdrop as well. Moving along, I think we're going to go on next to the Etihad 7879. This is quite an older model. I've had this for almost 2 years now, but it is very nice. This has just arrived in from Abu Dhabi and is now heading to the gate. They'll be heading to the gate in between the KLM 777 and Qatar, so you can just see there. We'll get onto those two aircraft in a second. Moving along, we have the KLM 747-400 in the new KLM livery. Quite pretty. This has just arrived in from New York and will be heading over to the extended part of the airport, I believe, with the American and Air New Zealand, which you guys will see in a second. Moving up, we have, currently being heavily serviced, the KLM 777 Orange Pride, another pretty livery and another special livery. This will be heading off to Rio de Janeiro in around 2 hours. As you can see, bags and AKU containers are being loaded on board from the right hand side of your picture. I believe they are checking out the engine as well, as there have been a few complaints regarding that. And I'm not sure what else is going on. I think catering might also be put on board. However, I'm not too sure. Moving along, we have more paint on the wall. I'll just zoom in so you can see that. We have the Qatar Airways A350. As I said, now that the A380 is in, there are 2 daily flights connecting Doha and, I guess you could say, London. So this, of course, is the A380 heading off to Doha in around about 3 hours as well. It kind of leaves at the same time as the A380, funnily enough. It's a weird schedule. I'm not sure why Qatar have opted for that, but I'm pretty sure that will eventually change. What I'm going to do now is swap camera angles for you guys, because I'm going over to the new extended part, and I'm a bit too far away with the camera, so you can get good detail. I will be back in a second. The first model that's part of the extension is the Lufthansa Airbus A321, which is being heavily serviced. Catering is being put on board from the left-hand side, and passengers are being loaded on. As you can see, we have the 2 buses. If you didn't know, there are no remote kind of terminals in this part of the domestic area. There is going to be on the other part, which held the Aer Lingus and the Monarch. I do have the terminals, I just haven't gotten them out for this particular update. But anyway, this is the Lufthansa A321 being heavily serviced. As we move along, we see a crooked Herpa floodlight. Here we have the Wow Air Airbus A321. This will be heading off to Iceland in around about 3 hours. Passengers are being offloaded as the plane just landed. I should mention the Lufthansa over here is heading off in around 45 minutes. Moving along, we have quite a lot of empty gates. We have the Gse Graveyard here, as I said, and I finally put out the people for the spotting area. It looks pretty dodgy at the moment. Eventually I'll have cars around there, and I think it will look quite cool. Another thing I finally put down on the airport are my cows, which I purchased. I think they look quite cool as well and add a nice touch. The road is just to the right where the grey bit is. In the packet, I think there were around 3, 4, 7, 9 cows, and I think there were 9 humans as well. But that was a separate packet. So you can kind of see the cows. Oh, we're not going to focus. Yeah, I've kind of got like a herd of them, a baby one. There's some sat down, there was some with a bell over it, as you can see, so quite a nice variety. As you can see, the trees, and then there's like flowers in the middle. Overall, I'm really happy with this area. As you can see, the fire station is behind it. I'm still unsure of what I'm going to do in that area. I think I might work on a structure, but I'm not too sure. Or I might just paint the ground, like do a nice red circle and then F in the middle for the fire station. But I'm not too sure, and I will have to see. Behind that, we have an Air New Zealand 777 in the normal livery this time. I do also have the all-black one, but I decided to put the normal livery in. This will be heading off to Auckland via Los Angeles on a triangular route. I've heard the passenger growth on this one is going quite well, and they might be looking at adding a second daily flight eventually. Moving over to the left, we have... Oh, I don't think this is actually going to focus. We're just going to have to look at it like that, I apologise. But we have the American 777-300ER, which will also be heading off to Los Angeles. This is in the very nice new American livery. Personally, one of my favourite liveries around. We have a bit of paint dangling from the dodgy still being built terminal. Eventually that will have windows on it and gates coming out of it, or sky bridges rather, so hopefully it will look very nice. And then moving to the right, we have that empty gate where the KLM, which is currently taxiing away, will head. I think that is going to conclude the 20-second update to my 1 to 400 scale model airport. If you have any questions regarding the airport or have any requests for models, feel free to leave them in the comment section. If you have any criticism or have anything you want me to change with the airport, feel free to also list that in the comment section. I'm happy to take in some feedback of yours. Make sure to leave a like if you want to see more of the airport updates. Subscribe if you're new around here, and I will probably have another airport update out in around a month, hopefully with more structural changes. I have no aircraft on pre-order at this stage, and I'm probably not going to buy another aircraft for a while, so hopefully I can do kind of like a structural change for you guys before another update, but I guess we will just have to see. Thank you very much for watching. As always, we are closing in on the big 5,000, halfway to my goal of 10,000. So thank you guys, of course, for that. Anyway, I will see you in the next one. Peace.